Here's the only, if you're going to say something about Khabib, he's 27-0. He really, when you look at the body of work from Conor compared to Khabib, it's not even close. The wins that Conor has are remarkable.
Yes.
You look at the Max Holloway, Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo.
What he did to Eddie Alvarez.
I mean, ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then Nate Diaz win, Nate Diaz lost. Like, you just look at the caliber of opponents that he's faced from a very young age. It's a nightmare. Then you look at Khabib. He's 27-0. His biggest win's probably Barboza. Dos Anjos when he was a little weathered, but you know. But Barboza is a perfect stylistic matchup for him. So
yeah,
we don't know with Khabib. We know he's damn good, but how good?
He's had one weird moment in his entire career. That's against Michael Johnson, when Michael Johnson cracked him. Wobbled him for a second, and then he took him down and smashed him.
The Gleason
T-Bow
fight got a little dicey too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I don't remember that fight at all.
But with Michael Johnson, it's funny to me because Michael Johnson landed that big overhand, and people go, "Oh, Khabib has a weak chin." I'm like, well, he's never been dropped. He's never been.
Yeah, I mean,
he's never been sat on his
Michael
ass
Johnson
ever.
starched Dustin Poirier with one punch. Don't forget about that. Michael Johnson can fucking punch.
Yeah, he's explosive as shit.
Yeah, I mean, he caught Khabib, and Khabib got rocked for a second, and then weathered the storm, took him down, smashed him. It was a total dominant performance. Yeah, if you look at his performance, like you look at his resume, Pat Healy was a tough fighter.
Tough vet.
That showed. Abel Trujillo, he smashed Abel Trujillo.
Remember Abel, he took down more times than anyone inside that octagon. 21 times, I think. And he was a college wrestler.
Mm-hmm. And a strong guy, too.
Yeah.
Abel's strong as shit.
And that's Gleason T-Bow. When is that, 2012? That's the juicy
Yeah,
T-Bow.
the real big fight was the Barboza fight, and then Al Iaquinta was, I mean, as his last minute gets, and he still went 5 whole rounds with Iaquinta, which was interesting for a lot of people. Like, I talked to Eddie Alvarez after that fight, and he was like, very interesting.
I love Eddie.
Very interesting. Yeah, I was like, this is you saw a lot of things in that fight, huh? And he was like, yeah. He's like, once the fight got into the later rounds, and he's still standing up with guys. You like go, whoa, all right.
It's so interesting to me because when you talk to anyone from AK, obviously they're super pro Khabib, but they're like, dude, this isn't even a fight. Like this, this is one of Khabib's easier fights. He's definitely had way tougher matchups. I'm like, you're crazy, man. They're like, you should see Khabib go against Ed Ruth, who's an All-American Penn State wrestler. Like, he fucks him up. He takes him down. I'm like, what? But that's that's
wrestling.
That's that wrestling. That dance, that rhythm. Conor's not on that rhythm.
No.
You're talking about a different animal.
You're talking about a guy who is one of the best fencers in the game, meaning can, like, jump in with one shot and put you out. And he can do it moving back. He can do it moving forward. He can time you, and he'll be very calm in there. You will get the very best Conor McGregor.
He's also no slouch on the ground. People think he's just going to get taken down and like get crucifixed right away. You're out your goddamn mind.
Yeah.
The guy trains with Dylan Dennis. He's brought in these Dagestani wrestlers. Like, he's training with the lead of the lead. He's what Khabib's going to do.
Yeah.
It's way easier to train for Khabib than it is Conor.
Nurmagomedov versus Conor's a fight for the ages. I mean, that's absolutely one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. That's a giant fucking fight. I mean, undefeated champion who just smashes and mauls people against one of the most enigmatic, charismatic fucking superstars the sport's ever known. And he's coming off of a long 2-year absence from MMA where he fought the biggest boxer on the planet Earth, arguably the best boxer ever, and went 10 rounds with him. And then he's going from that to fighting Nurmagomedov again for the title. This is a giant fight.
Huge fight. Biggest fight in UFC history.
For sure. Conor has changed the sport. I mean, he really has.
Oh, forever.
He's a different thing. He's different than all the rest of the fighters. He's just different. He's so much more of a superstar.
Yeah, he's more he's the biggest celebrity with the best talents they've ever had.
And not doing other things, too. He's like, fuck your movies.
Dude, he's had some crazy, I know firsthand, he's had some crazy offers. I'm like, he didn't take that? And they're like, no, he didn't want to do it.
He says he wants to be loyal to the game. He's like, there's plenty of time for that bullshit when I'm done fighting.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, I think that is one of the things that did Ronda in. that she was doing everything. I mean, they had her doing movies. They had her doing TV
I think
shows.
Dad did her in, but also the skill set. With Conor, it's a little different. He has the skill set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a more comprehensive camp too. I mean, there was a Achilles heel with Ronda was the camp. I mean, look, if you're fighting someone like Amanda Nunes, you better be fully prepared.
It's just different too, you know, with the female division. You know, it's still growing. So, you know, what she was in her time period was one of the best of all time, as the pioneer of the sport. But you know, they're so much in their infancy of starting with mixed martial arts. They're adapting fast. So Ronda didn't get better when everyone else got a lot better. So by the time they caught up to her, she didn't have the skill sets at the time.
And I think there was. I think you're right. I think her game didn't advance, but I think there was also. I mean, just. Look, she was so fucking good compared to them in the beginning. She was just so good. And then she was doing everything. She was doing TV shows, movies.
Just the wrong people around, from her management to her agent, Brad. Like, the whole thing was a nightmare.
The whole thing's a nightmare. So she's doing all that stuff. Total.
It worked out,
all
though.
these distractions. It worked out financially up to a point.
Well, when I say, I mean, it works out.
Were big ones.
Big ones. I mean, it worked out in the sense where, you know, she's doing something now. She looks happy. She's in the WWE. She's a huge star over there. She's actually really good at it.
Yeah.
She's killing it over there.
For
if
sure.
you're in the WWE, apparently she's like a natural at it.
Right.
So she's the champ over there, not getting hit in the face. So
right.
I guess
no
that
brain
worked
damage.
out. Yeah.
Well,
you
can still get brain damage. Yeah.
So I guess it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're talking about Khabib and Conor, you're talking about the two most skillful lightweights of all time.
Yeah.
One guy is the best grappler we've ever seen in the UFC, in Khabib. The other is the best striker we've ever seen in the UFC.
One of them, for sure.
I think he's the best as far as timing, as far as putting it all together, his movement. We've never seen anything like it. Not even, I think what he does is completely different than what Wonder Boy does. We've seen a Wonder. I can go watch. I'm not taking any credit away from Wonder Boy. I'm saying from Wonder Boy coming over with his kickboxing background into UFC, that we've seen some of that. Wonder Boy's just the best at it.
See, the thing is, you've never seen Conor fight a guy like Wonder Boy, whereas you've seen Wonder Boy fight Darren Till. You've seen Wonder Boy fight someone who's that kind of a striker. You've never seen Conor fight someone who is as dangerous standing up as he is.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, but it was a different weight class, really.
He was not at the time. That's what he fought, though, Joe. Because it's easy to say that.
Aldo.
But at the time,
you're right.
Like, remember, Jose Aldo is a fucking assassin.
Yeah.
What he did to Jose, for whatever reason, puts this shade over Jose. Jose was so good, man.
Yep,
he was a killer. Striking was amazing. Everyone was hanging off his Brazilian nuts, and then he gets starched in 13 seconds. We're like, he's all right.
Well, then the question is, like, did Conor catch him when he had already taken in a lot of damage? Like, after the second Chad Mendes fight, people started to question, because in the second fight, you know, that was a war.
Great fight. One of my favorite
war.
fights of all time.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
But then he fights a young Max Holloway. You know, they're both young. That's not an easy fight. Beats Max Holloway and has a torn fucking ACL or MCL in his knee. Does that. He fights Dustin Poirier. Like, you look at the guy like Max Holloway, champion. Dustin Poirier, he's fighting fucking Nate Diaz now. He could easily be the 155 champion. Eddie Alvarez, champion.
Hey,
Chad Mendes, champion.
What do you know about? Well, yeah, but Chad Mendes, super last minute notice, no cardio, didn't have a camp at all.
I'm just saying, a win's a win, brother.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But there's a caveat next to that.
For sure,
one.
but still.